Okay, we're gonna have a bit of fun. On these two cards are two competing commerce platforms. One being the Umbraco we know and love, and the other being Shopify. So I'm gonna ask Jen and Jason to pick a side, and I'd like you to argue for your side. Are you ready? Pick a card.
You said pick a card like it was a question. Like we had a choice in the matter.
Yeah.
I've got Shopify.
I have Umbraco.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Easy.
There we go. So, Jason, Shopify versus Umbraco Commerce.
Yes.
I'm going to start because I already know that you don't have a decent comeback to what I'm about to say.
Oh, okay.
Which is that
Okay.
Shopify, the name, clues in the name, it is a shop. That is what it's best at, and it's perfect for people who are just getting going. It's perfect for a lot of people, but especially those who are just getting going with a shop, who don't need technical support. Can you offer that? I'm not sure you can.
Maybe not to the same extent out of the box, but certainly if your content is already in Umbraco, integrating Umbraco Commerce is reasonably straightforward. Umbraco Checkout exists, so you've got a checkout that just works out of the box straight away. So actually, there's not a huge amount of development work to get that up and running. And I think you'll find that other platforms, yes, they're really cheap and easy to get started, but as soon as your requirements get more technical, or as soon as you grow beyond a certain scale, they start to get much more expensive quite quickly. And so Umbraco can be really competitive when you start dealing with that kind of scale.
I guess that's an interesting point, but what about the people that maybe aren't going to scale that quickly? They're immediately going to be paying a lot more than they maybe need to. So my argument is start steady, upgrade when you need to, maybe put a bit of development work behind some custom stuff, maybe a custom theme, because the Shopify themes are great, you know. I'm, again, paying hardly anything a month and I can choose a really professionally designed look to my shop. I guess with Shopify, I don't need to necessarily get someone involved, but I can too. So I've got both options at my disposal. So whether I want development or design involvement or not, I can, if I do, I can get a custom theme made. And if I want more razzle dazzle in my functionality, I can get a little bit of that done. Granted, it's got to be done once I'm paying a lot more money for Shopify Plus, when it becomes really useful, when I can start changing my checkout and so on and so forth. But there's still options in earlier days.
I guess I've got 2 points to go that. Like, if you've got a website already, we'll surely already have a custom theme, right? You don't need to be building it in something else. Umbraco is there. You can leverage that and use it, integrate it with your content. Brilliant. But equally, yeah, if it's not right for you now, and it can be later, and you can totally migrate out of Shopify into Umbraco Commerce if you want to. Like, that works. You can even use Shopify as the data store for Umbraco Commerce if you really want to. Like, there is a really easy upgrade route, which is cool. So actually, you have an easy way to leave that platform, which if you want to stick with the platform, you've definitely not got, have you?
Leaving the platform, now there's an idea.
Yeah.
But what about when it comes to apps, Jason? There are some amazing apps in Shopify. There are some not so amazing apps in Shopify, but if I want to do the basics, if I want an app that covers all my marketing, the remarketing, the abandoned checkouts, the personalized emails on your birthday to your customers, I can do that with one app. I can get my reviews sorted. What can Umbraco Commerce do?
To that, I'd say sure, but with Umbraco, we've got the option to kind of build anything still. Like, nothing is off limits. And then we're not necessarily talking about, I guess, plugins for a store. We're thinking more about integrations with other platforms. So you don't want to plug in for your store necessarily. You might not want to plug in for your store necessarily to do birthdays if you've got a proper CRM platform that you're trying to integrate with. And that's where Umbraco will shine, because you can use your CRM platform instead of having to use a plugin for the shop.
Okay, that's a very good point. So with Shopify, I've got the option to have all my hosting looked after for me, which is great for some people because they're worrying about security patches, upgrades, cost of hosting, so on and so forth. It's all bundled in and it's secure. What about Umbraco Commerce? What's hosting look like?
Got the same options as you have for regular Umbraco. So there's Umbraco Cloud, which is great if you want that kind of leave it alone solution, or where it's going to be looked after for you. Or if you've got more complex needs, there's Azure that we can use to then scale massively if we need to. But as with normal Umbraco, if you want to host it somewhere else on bare metal on a server somewhere, you can just do that, and you can have total control over where that's hosting, where that data lives, and who has access to it, crucially. So one thing I'll say where Umbraco Commerce really shines is Umbraco HQ are really responsive with support. If you let them know there's a problem, actually they roll out fixes pretty quickly. And as customers, we can influence the roadmap and have communication with them about the features we'd like to see. And they're really, really responsive with all of that.
And I guess you will not be getting that with Shopify, unfortunately. Shopify claim to have 24-hour phone, email, and I guess forum, live chat support. There are plenty of developers out there who'll give you advice, but I guess the community is not the same as it would be with Umbraco.
It sounds like there are two great options for different audiences. I think if you are wanting to scale or you already have an Umbraco site, then Umbraco Commerce is a really good fit for you.
I think you're probably right.